The good people at Ubisoft Montreal have always ensured the players of its Far Cry series many creative deaths at the hands of, rather paws or claws of various wild animals. From the enemy alerting herbivores in Far Cry 2 through to Rook Island's hissing Komodo dragons in Far Cry 3. Remember, those things are some of the most poisonous creatures on the planet. And then in 2014, when honey badgers and eagles banded together somehow as a force of terror in Far Cry 4, it's been a very rough ride. And it's not going to get any less so in Far Cry Primal. But look, it isn't all doom and gloom. Far Cry Primal borrows from Far Cry 4's Shangri-La sequences to bring Primal protagonist Takar the power to tame animals. He's like a prehistoric Ace Ventura. Massively convenient for anyone squaring off an extra large, extra woolly mammoth. Coming back to the matter at hand, let's start by looking at the different types of animals that Takar will be up against. The woolly mammoth. These gentle giants are said to mimic the behavior styles of Far Cry 4's Asian elephants. In real life, these majestic big balls of matted fur had a shoulder height of up to 3.4 meters and weighed up to 6 tons. The saber-toothed cat. Probably the most metal animal that has ever graced the face of the earth, the saber-tooth is best known for its super long canine teeth. Little known fact though, saber-tooths were so shy about their big teeth they often climbed trees hiding away from other animals for days at a time. No, not really. The cave bear. Cave bears are pretty scary even today. We even made a whole movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio celebrating someone who survived a bear attack. It would stand that cave bears were probably worse than their modern counterparts. I know evolution doesn't work like that, but the biggest trends I've noticed are not that animals mostly formed what they are today from fluffy Pikachus. But today I'm wrong. Cave bears are largely thought to have been vegetarians. That's pretty cool, right? If you know me very well. Something tells me Primal might have bent the truth for the in-game cave bear realization. The Irish elk. The Irish elk was similar to elks found today, only far bigger. Their antlers are seen to have stretched up to 3.65 meters and have weighed 40 kilograms. That's just the antlers. Dire wolf. Game of Thrones fans everywhere first felt the wish to own their own dire wolf after the Stark family found some abandoned cubs in the woods. Like, that would be pretty sweet, but that's not how it works. That's what the SPCA is for. Well, now is your chance. The dire wolf in-game is said to behave in a similar way to the grey wolves of Far Cry 4, so you'll want to tread very, very carefully. Woolly rhinoceros. You'll be disappointed to know that woolly rhinos were not much bigger than the rhinos that we have today, and neither were their horns. But all that says is that we have some pretty badass rhinos right now. The rhinos will behave similarly to the Indian rhinos of Far Cry 4, but this time you won't have any cars to help in an escape, which would suck. Cave lion. What's with all these animals being woolly or cavey? It just seems like some lazy taxonomy. Considered by some to be more closely related to the tiger than the lion, the developers have recreated this relation by adapting the lion's behavior to those of the tigers in other Far Cry titles. How's that for attention to detail? Giant golden crocodile. There isn't much information on the giant golden crocodile, but it seems to say enough with its name, don't you think? It's likely to act similarly to the mugger crocodiles from Kyrat, which was super scary, so Californian tapir. Named for their rampant surf habits, the Californian tapir is thought to have been taller, but way less than modern tapirs. No, they didn't really surf. No complete fossil remains have been found, but it's thought that they shared their silly noses with the tapirs that we have today. Along with these comes a bunch of animals that we still see around today, and we might have already seen in other Far Cry titles. The eagle makes a return for anyone still holding a grudge against the last time their AJ character's face was mercilessly scratched at as an award for surviving a run-in with a snow leopard. Those are back too. We can only speculate what size the map will be, but we can assume that no corner of it will be safe. There's just going to be stuff everywhere. Luckily, Takar holds the Ark survival-like power to tame animals by feeding them. When tamed, the animals become companions that can assist players during combat and can be issued commands like, no, eat her, not me. Something along those lines. I think that's exactly what I whispered in wolf speech. Yeah. Each animal companion will behave very differently, and you can switch them up when you need to for particular missions, for certain things that you need. For example, a leopard might do better than a bear at stealth, and so on. The only animal that seems to come tamed is Takar's owl BFF. More of a small helicopter than an actual avian, Takar's owl is an important tool in your outpost takeover arsenal. Using its ability as scout, players can scope out enemies in the way that you would use by cameras or binoculars or perhaps drones. Accessing higher points on certain branches of the skill tree will also let Takar's owl attack enemies after scouting them. So it's like the binoculars from the last Far Cry's, but they can attack things. You can throw them at people. You can even break cages and even drop bombs. Now, if we could only get it to fight the eagle that came. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you had a good time, please remember to smash that like button. It means so much to me. And subscribe if you haven't already. I drop a lot of these videos on my channel. Let me know in the comments below which is your favorite animal. And if you're hyped above Primal, you can check the cards in the top right hand corner of this video for more Far Cry content. If you're as hyped as I am, there's more for you. And you'll also see a click-through link giving you the means, nay, the opportunity to pre-order the game. Until the next video, high five a stranger. Adios.